Okay, so now I'm pretty sure many of y'all know about the whole thing. Many know about the whole thing where CDC on their website put out, that only 6% are actual 6% of COVID deaths are actually deaths from COVID. Only 6%. I thought it was 0.06, but either way, either way, like fucking 6%. I say again, what happened to the vast majority of people who actually survived? What happened to them? Okay, sun's shining out. I'm gonna get back out there and start doing some more of this lawn. Anyways, get bit up by mosquitoes again. Get the witch hazel and the peroxide, not peroxide, but the alcohol out. Can't wear pants. Can't wear pants. Anti-hoozle. But yeah. Oh, I do have long socks though. I just thought about that. I have long socks. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah, where it says that 6% are actual COVID deaths, but yet they're hyping this crap up, to be what it is not. Anyways, so now I decided to take a stroll a bit deeper into this. And first off, the first section, this is under weekly updates by select demographic and geographic characteristics. It's provisional death counts for corona disease 2019. Yeah, so my nose is a little bit nasally right now. Just had a bit of mucus just move itself. Anyways. Yeah, the first table is deaths involving coronavirus disease. Okay? Pneumonia and influenza reported to NCHS by sex age group. All right. This is February 1st. Aw, my future husband's birthday. Till August 22nd. All right. Now, this is what got me. Okay, all deaths involving COVID-19. Okay. It says, I'm looking at the all ages group. All deaths involving COVID-19, not from COVID-19 specifically. All right? It says involving COVID-19. 164,280. 6% of that, I don't know, it's like 9,000. Not good at percentages, but yeah, it's definitely fucking low. Deaths from all causes. That means everything. All right? Everything. Somebody parachuting and they hit the ground because the parachute didn't skydiving and the parachute didn't, open up. I don't know, somebody died in a car crash, somebody falling down 3 flights of stairs, and they died at the end, something. All right? I'm not entirely sure if it includes infant deaths, though. But, it does say all ages, so I figure it would include them as well. So, yeah. Deaths involving pneumonia with or without COVID-19, excluding influenza deaths. 169,108. My problem I have with that... deaths involving COVID-19, deaths involving pneumonia with or without COVID-19. Now, the without portion is what fucking gets me. The reason why I say that is because if nobody had COVID-19, 169,108 people died. With COVID-19, 169,108 people died, but yet deaths involving COVID-19 is only 164,280. So if you're going with or without COVID-19, it could be split in half of that 169. Okay? So that's like that's what, 70 something thousand, 70, like 70, I don't know, I was like 75,000, something like that. A bit more than that, like 78,000. I don't fucking know. Anyways, yeah, are with, and the others 70 whatever thousand are without. But yet they're saying that deaths involving COVID-19 is 164,000. So that's contradictory to this next portion here, deaths involving pneumonia with or without. All deaths involving COVID-19. So they saying that those pneumonia, people who died of pneumonia had COVID-19 or did not have COVID-19. But yet all deaths involving COVID-19 is 164,000. Okay? Now, this is in itself. All right? I'm under all ages. Okay? I'm doing the whole total thing here, under all ages. Okay? Next section, deaths involving COVID-19 and pneumonia excluding influenza. Okay? And it also has the medical reference codes as well. You know, to look up to give like a bigger let know of what classification of what umbrella they're forming this shit under. So yeah, deaths involving COVID-19 and pneumonia excluding influenza. Okay? 72,527. Deaths involving COVID-19 and pneumonia excluding influenza. So then that's basically saying the same thing as the one before that, deaths involving pneumonia with or without COVID-19. So now, the total under all ages, going back to all deaths involving COVID-19, at 164,000. So, we're going to go to this 169. What's half of 169? 169, yeah, 108. 108. All right, 84,554. So, we're going to add plus 72,527. Only 157,081. This is everybody. This is everybody. All that's involving COVID-19 is where I just got that from. Where I'm halving the section deaths involving pneumonia with or without COVID-19. I'm halving that and adding it to deaths involving COVID-19 and pneumonia, excluding influenza, because it's basically the same thing as one before, deaths involving pneumonia with or without COVID-19, excluding influenza deaths. Okay? So they're both excluding influenza deaths. All right? Now, we're going to go to first section 1, 5, the fifth section. All deaths involving influenza with or without COVID-19 or pneumonia. All right? So, all deaths involving influenza with or without COVID-19 or pneumonia. That's only 6,640. Okay? Now, we're going to take that and put that half. Okay, we're going to half that one. 6,640 divided by 2. 3,320. All right? Which is significantly lower than the pneumonia portion. It's kind of making me believe that fucking it's like the whole chlamydia thing. That STD comes with gonorrhea type of shit. If you want to go with illnesses, you know, that's what it kind of reminds me of, to be honest. When it comes, well, the way that they're, to me, that they're portraying pneumonia. You know, you're actually dying from pneumonia. You're not dying of COVID, really. So, anyways, yeah. So, to be honest, this section right here, I'm not even going to pay much attention to because it's only 6,640. That's nothing. Deaths involving pneumonia, influenza, or COVID-19. Okay? Now, they get 266,520. So basically, they're dividing that 266,000 by 3. Okay? Just straight deaths involving pneumonia, influenza, or COVID-19. Not all, but yeah. So 266, 520 divided by 3. That's 88,840. Okay? So we're going to leave that portion alone as well. Because that's bullshit. You're saying they died of either one of these. It's not a combination. The whole influenza with or without COVID. It's a small, tiny damn number with or without COVID-19 or pneumonia. Yeah, that's such a small damn number. But then think about it with the or pneumonia portion. That's fucked up. Because the third one, deaths involving pneumonia with or without COVID, excluding influenza deaths, but yet the one, all deaths involving influenza with or without COVID-19 or pneumonia is just, whatever. So we're just gonna go with the first 4. All deaths from all cases. No, actually no. We're gonna go with 1, 3, 4. The important ones. All deaths involving pneumonia with or without COVID, deaths involving COVID-19 and pneumonia, excluding influenza and COVID-19. Okay? Wait. Sorry, deaths involving COVID-19 and pneumonia, excluding influenza. Sorry, my bad. Okay? So, those numbers right there are fucking off. Under all deaths involving COVID-19. They're a fucking small ass portion. Small ass portion. I kind of starting to see why they get the fucking 0.6%. Okay? Now, that's for the females portion. Sorry about. Wait, no. That's the total. Sorry. That's the total for both males and females by sex and age. Okay? And I think it's this section. Okay. Okay. No, because that's involving pneumonia, including. Yeah, who cares? No. Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention under the total. I'm sorry about that. I think it was this section I seen it, but I'm thinking it's under the study portion that I had another fucking problem with. But anyways, I have to scroll down to really jog my memory on this. Yeah. So remember, I'm specifically talking about involving COVID-19. Not influenza, okay? Well, it would be pneumonia and COVID in this case because most of it is saying, stemming from pneumonia and COVID. But I'm excluding influenza, definitely, okay? And what I was looking at is this third one, deaths with confirmed or presumed COVID-19 pneumonia or influenza coded to ICD-10 codes, okay? This is like little subsection 4 under the notes. So basically, they're saying that they can guess COVID, they can guess flu, they can guess pneumonia, and still count it as a death. So they took it out of the section that they had that bullshit in before, and basically put it in this section here, saying we can count the guesses. Okay, this is place of death. Blah 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 blah. Reported to place of death, United States. Involving COVID-19, that's involving pneumonia. Okay. Okay, this is their place of death. Okay, yeah. The comorbidity section is where it mentions about the 6%. Yeah, I'm gonna skip that portion as well. Because, like I've said before, I look at it as being, it's close to AIDS, Because AIDS, I know y'all probably seen me doing this with this little tiny screwdriver. My ear is itching. Anyways, um, you die from what you die from. I'll go with the one that jumps off the top of my head, even though it has to do with pneumonia here, but pneumonia, and that's where a lot of. Anyways, sorry. Anyway, something just hit my head. But yeah. So yeah, pneumonia. They're dying from pneumonia, not from AIDS, because their immune system is being compromised by the AIDS to not be able to strongly fight off pneumonia. So they did not die from AIDS, and that's what this COVID shit is about. And when people are actually dying from COVID-19, like I think that they're categorizing it as COVID-19, knowing that it's still known as coronavirus, you know? Excuse me. And then they changed it to SARS-CoV-2. The fuck? When the fuck SARS come back? And then it mixes with corona? With COVID, I mean, it's the same fucking damn thing. You know? Anyways. And on top of that, I also heard something that, in order for you to get COVID-19, you have to have coronavirus first. That's still another age reference. Anyways. Yeah, and then another thing here that got me under this portion here, the notes section. Where is it at? And they're oh yeah, also a big thing to note with this, they're only counting death certificates. They're not counting anything else, they're only counting death certificates. Okay? Knowing within recent months that those death certificates, most of them are forged to say coronavirus. Somebody gets shot in the throat, they happen to have coronavirus. They died of coronavirus, not the gunshot. Stupid shit. Anyways, the section where it says data during the period are incomplete because of the lag in the time between when the death occurred and when the death certificate is completed. Submitted to NCHS and processed for reporting purposes. This delay can range from a week to 8 weeks or more. So that being the case, then if they're inconclusive, if they're inconclusive, if they're incomplete, since they are incomplete, most of them will be, incomplete, then why put this out as if it is what it is? Why do that? Instead of, like those areas that have not updated as of yet, put like a little note. Have not received results as of yet. Something. Instead of collecting and putting everything as a collection, as if it all should matter, even though you have old ass data. Anyways. Okay. And this one here. Conditions contributing to the death were identified using the International Classification of Diseases, 10th revision, ICD, 10. Deaths involving more than one condition. Deaths involving both diabetes and respiratory arrest were counted in both totals. Okay, to avoid counting the same death multiple times. The numbers for different conditions should not be summated. Okay. Now that one speaks to me as saying, if you have multiple conditions, I'm going to go with the example that they gave, death involving both diabetes and respiratory arrest, it's counted under COVID, diabetes, and respiratory arrest. Now, instead of having a section where multiple diseases There should be, yeah, sorry about that. I shouldn't have said it that way. There should be a section that says multiple diseases. And then instead of counting it out as that, because you're still breaking it into that individual bracket to still pump up the numbers for that bracket. So basically that portion right there, conditions contributing to the death were identified using the international class, blah, 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 ICD-10, involving more than one condition. Deaths involving more than one condition, were counted in both totals. I mean, that makes no sense. You're counting the same. You're counting the same death 3 times. Hold on, wait. Let me see if there's a section for just straight COVID. Yeah, ICD-10 codes conditions contributing to deaths where COVID was listed in the death certificate. Oh, okay, both. Okay, I see what it's saying. Okay, my dumb self. I forgot. I didn't check the top part when I first looked at this. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, it is. Yeah, basically, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to mix y'all up. It's a lot of stuff here, and it's like my first time really doing something like this and going through all of the list of stuff and reading it out like that. But anyways, yeah. So that portion, yeah, I said it's listed in both, which still inflates the numbers. So it's a false sense of the numbers, instead of having this separate category for people who have multiple diseases but yet had COVID-19 involved. Still, once again, pumping up the numbers. Okay. Excess deaths. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I think it's this right here. Okay. I'm under the section where understanding the numbers, provisional death counts, and COVID-19. Okay. Here's how it works. NCHS also provides summaries that examine deaths in specific categories. Deaths are identified using ICD-10. The section where it says why these numbers are different. Okay. States report at different rates, which also gives a false count, because they are reporting at different rates. But yeah, once again, going back to counting it all as it being that, takes extra time to code COVID-19 deaths. Now this is the part that got me. While 80% of deaths are electronically processed and coded by NCHS within minutes, most deaths from COVID-19 must be coded by a person, which takes an average of 7 days. Why do most of COVID-19 cases have to be done by hand? Now, that says to me, first off, so things can be manipulated. First off. 2, so that things can be manipulated and pump up the numbers. Slightly different from the first. Okay, even though it's still the same thing. 3, if errors do occur, it gives an excuse. And gives an ultimate excuse to, just like I said with the first 2, pump up the numbers. That's what that signals in my head. That's what signals in my head. Especially when it takes an average of 7 days. Like, what? Y'all can't have a machine do it. Why do those have to be the special cases, huh? Most of them. So out of the 164,000, most are being done by hand. Just saying. Let that just, hey. Of course, provisional counts are not final and are subject to change, duh. But then y'all shouldn't count them as being final when there is that definite change that they know is going to happen. Because the way that they are presenting this shit is like a total, and it's not really a week by week basis. It's not. I mean, there is to me. I mean, they're. I mean, it says that yeah, they are doing it that way, but to me, as of right now, as of 8/22, these are all the fucking numbers from up until. I mean, sorry, from January to August 22nd. I mean, no, not January, but February to August 22nd. Sorry, I'm getting myself all kinds of mixed up. You know, they're you could tell who is not used to doing this kind of extended long. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you know, up until August 22nd. So if numbers are still coming in, why not put out this information and wait till everything comes in from August 22nd? Or put in big, huge letters. This is not finalized. This is just a quick summation. This is subject to change. Instead of putting it at the way very bottom and in smaller letters and stuff where people are not going to really fucking look at it. Anyways. Provisional data are not yet complete. Counts will not include all deaths that occurred during a given time period, especially for more recent periods. And it's like, anyways. However, we can estimate how complete our numbers are by looking at the average numbers of deaths reported in previous years. Now, this got me. Y'all saying average number of deaths reported in previous years. It ain't even been a fucking year since this COVID-19 crap. I'll clarify it. Since the manipulated version of COVID-19 has been out. Ain't even been a year. So basically, y'all are going on statistics and data from when it was originally coronavirus. Which not many people were dying then. You know? So, yeah. That's what that kind of says to me. Like they're taking that and putting it with the new version. Because why? It has a name listed coronavirus. Anyways, and to be honest, I'm so hoping I'm wrong. Anyways, and the part where counts will not include all deaths that occurred during a given time period, especially for more recent periods. And it's like, duh. Y'all's cutoff date is 8/22, August 22nd, 2020. So, of course, it wouldn't include data for now. Why would you need to fucking say that shit? But then, I could see that being as some kind of cover-up, as I'm actually including the numbers from now to pump up those fucking numbers. To continue the fear factor. To continue to make it seem as though, yeah, lots of people are fucking dying when technically, even with this, it's not. Like, 170, well, no, really, really pretty much 165,000. What is that in my hair? Ah, something in my hair. Anyways, 165,000. How many millions of people in the damn United States? Just saying. Just saying, I don't need to grab me something to eat and then go outside and deal with that low one. Anyways, I'm almost done. Okay, health disparities, race and Hispanic. I think origin. I think this is the section that. All right. Now, this is where. Okay, it's loading the data. Hold on. What is that? Come on. Hurry up and load. Okay, yeah, this is the group portion, which I didn't really understand. Okay, so we're under the section, table one. Hold on. Yeah, health disparities, race, and Hispanic origin. Anyways, so yeah, we're up under this section. Okay. Crude age, adjusted percentage of COVID-19 deaths, blah, 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 blah. Now, okay, unweighted and weighted. If I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, the way that I originally thought about it with weighted and unweighted was, weighted being people who have been tested, unweighted people who have not been tested. Okay. But weighted, the way I'm gonna have to find out what it actually means because it's like lower down. But I mean, and I could be mistaken on this, but I'm gonna touch on the unweighted and weighted portion. I don't want to scroll down all the way down and then look for it and blah blah blah. Anyways, but I'll give my take as to what I thought about it last night when I first seen this. Unweighted being people who were not counted by the census. Weighted people, people weighted are people that were counted by the census. Okay. So, anyways, no, we're not going to do that part. Blah, blah. Figure 2, difference between the percent of COVID deaths, population distributions by race, since I can't speak, by race and Hispanic origin, the impact of adjusting for age and geography. Okay. Is it this one here? Yeah. So, yeah, difference between the percent of COVID-19 deaths and population distributions by race and Hispanic origin. To be honest, I'm still wondering why Hispanic has its own separate section. I have a theory on that. I have a guess about that, but I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, yeah, and Hispanic origin, the impact of adjusting for age and geography. Like, how many more people were dying in regards to age range, when you have Hispanic, non-Hispanic American Indian or Alaskan Native, blah blah blah, or non-Hispanic Asian, non-Hispanic Black, and non-Hispanic White, and you have other. Okay, it's saying, of course, since they're trying to push up the numbers with us dying more. Difference between COVID-19 and unweighted population percentage, we're at I give it 8%. Okay. Now, the second portion, difference between COVID-19 and weighted populations, we're about, I didn't realize that. 590%, 5.90%. And you have non-Hispanic Asian at 10.60%. Okay. So apparently, they're dying more than us, given, according to this. Now, there's a place at the top, all ages unadjusted, all ages standardized. Now, I'm not really too sure about the standardized portion, but anyways. COVID-19 and unweighted population percentage. Colored folks are at 15.40%. And you have the white portion, standardized, at 21.15%. So apparently, according to this, all ages standardized. I forgot what unadjusted and standardized are. I mean, if you want, you could take a look at this yourself. I'll put the link in the description as well for that. Anyways, apparently according to this, white folks are dying a lot more. Okay. Now, difference between COVID-19 and weighted population. 12.4%, those were counted. And the next set is Hispanic at 8.41%. So if it wants to be stated and said, the whole thing, another thing playing in with the whole saying that we're dying more. I mean, they could be going off of this statistic as well, adding that on to it. You know, since we're at 12.44 and Hispanics are at 8.41, I could see that playing into it too. But the ones who are unweighted, it's white folks dying a lot more. Okay, skip that one. Okay, difference by race and Hispanic origin between the percentage of COVID-19 deaths and a population distribution, group by age. No. Okay. Okay, no. Hold on. I think it's in this area here. Shoot. Sorry, I'm looking for something specific here. And I pulled this up on the computer. I have it in my phone, but I should have looked for this portion before I started. I didn't think about that. Sorry, y'all. Can be used to obtain accrued adjustment estimate of the okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, race and Hispanic origin populations are not distributed equally across the U.S. or within states, and certain race and ethnicity groups may be found in higher proportions in areas where there have been more COVID cases and deaths, which I think is a whole load of bullshit. In early months of the pandemic, the majority of COVID-19 deaths in the United States occurred in urban areas that have a larger percentage of their populations that are non-Hispanic black, which is a lie. Which is a fucking lie, because in the very beginning they were saying that it's mainly white folks affected by this, and then all of a sudden, black people are dying a lot more, But anyways, okay, they're non-Hispanic, non-Hispanic Asian or Hispanic, and it's a smaller percentage that are non-Hispanic white. Like, you see how it's everybody else dying more than the white folks. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, yeah, that's okay. That's where I got the idea from. Okay, it says weighted population distributions use county level data to more closely align with the population distributions in the specific areas where COVID-19 deaths are occurring. Now, how else are you going to be able to get this data? Census. At least in my head, census. The census was done pretty much beginning of last month. And then on the death certificates, it also states the race as well. So you put both of those together, at least in my head. Okay. Now this one, the example that they gave, the weighted population distribution shows that the percentage of the non-Hispanic black population, and each of these, they always give non-Hispanic black as a fucking example. Anyways, in the area, most impacted by COVID-19 is 17%, compared to 13% unweighted. Like I said, 13% being those who are not counted. But they're saying that this as a whole is 17%. That's where I got the 17 and 13 from. Anyways, this adjusted percentage can then be compared to the distribution of deaths by race and Hispanic origin, showing that nearly 25% of COVID deaths in the U.S. have occurred among the non-Hispanic black population. That's what brought me to that whole thought in mind. Like, okay, y'all are saying that we're the smaller majority, but yet it's 25% of COVID deaths. Because we are a smaller majority, and it's easy to mount that on our backs because of the smaller area. It's not that we're dying more often from it. It's because they're going off of a smaller populated demographic. I use that word wrong. But yeah, they're going off of a smaller color demographic. That's where they're coming from. And so they're trying to tout this shit that we're dying a lot more. Really. Okay. So let me get to the right. Da, 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 da. No, there's one other thing that I really wanted to touch on, and I believe it has to do with, yeah, it had to do with testing. Okay. Okay. Try not to keep y'all any longer with this. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It has to do with testing, and why can't I find it? Okay. Sorry about this, y'all. But yeah, I mean, basically the portion that I'm looking for uh literally states, and this has to do with testing numbers, you know, studies and shit like that. Um where I think this is, no. Anyways, yeah, it had to do with the study and what they've done, what they use, blah blah blah. And it basically stated that there is no conclusive um well, they haven't, okay, there's no actual how should I put this? There's no definite say so according to them that colored folks are the majority of those who are dying. Okay? It does not say that. You know, and on top of that, they haven't even done complete tests involving colored folks to show whether or not, you know, how or why we are the majority. And I can't find it now. Why can't I find it? I'm sorry about this, y'all. I literally cannot find it now. So you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to have to edit that portion in once I find it. Oh gosh. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to edit this and put that in. Anyways, not even gonna say bye right now, but I'm gonna, yeah, just hold on.